What's up, Brooklanders? Welcome back to another episode of this. Here are the superheroes I think would have the best games, the highest gaming potential. I'm not picking Batman, I'm not picking Spiderman, any of those fools that already have games or like games in development. So like Wolverine, Iron Man's got a game coming out, Captain America's got a game coming out. None of them trash. Up first, I have Daredevil. I think the issue with Daredevil is making the gameplay interesting because at the end of the day, it is just punching. Okay, punching, he's got his little nunchucks. He can throw little, like, I don't know what he does. But hey, this is gaming, baby. You can make punching interesting, okay? And the whole fact that he's blind and all of his, like, magic senses and things like that, I think you could get really creative in that department, and that could translate to some sick gameplay. Up next, I have Green Lantern. The issue with this one is it can get too creative. You know, you're always gonna have that moment in the Green Lantern game where it's like, why didn't he just create this? How come he didn't just create that? Or this, or that, or that, blah, 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 Green Lantern. But Green Lantern, for me, someone that doesn't read that many comics, I do read some comics, okay? Like this comic, it's what I'm reading right now, the Venom one. I think Green Lantern is one of those characters that hasn't been utilized to his best potential. I don't think I've really gotten that full Green Lantern experience because of that, because the movie was not good, and he hasn't really popped up anywhere else. I don't care if it's Jon Stewart or Hal Jordan, but I think it could be cool. You could get really creative. Up next, I have the Flash. This one is challenging as hell. The same reason Flash is just a really challenging character in general, because you either make him so fast to the point he can do the Quicksilver slow-mo. Yeah, I'm calling it Quicksilver slow-mo, okay? He started it. He invented it. He can either go so fast like that, but then again, it's like uninteresting. It's actually the same issue that Quicksilver had in that X-Men franchise, as it's like you overpower him to oblivion, and then somehow you have to like scale it back without people going like, okay, well then how come Quicksilver just didn't like time to bottle, you know? That's the other issue. Up next, I have the X-Men, and I know I said I'm not including Wolverine, so I'm not including Wolverine, okay? I'm talking Professor X. I'm talking Jean Grey. I'm talking Storm. I'm talking Cyclops. I'm talking all those guys. Beast. Mr. Beast. No, not Mr. Beast. He's not part of the X-Men. Mr. Beast, you're not included in the X-Men! I think that could be cool. A game where you have all these different characters and you're cycling through them, different gameplay styles, different powers. That sounds like a lot of fun, and I think that these big ensemble games, that sounds lit. Up next, I got that boy Doctor Strange. The reason I'm putting him on this list is because I think the extent of his powers would be super cool, super creative, super fun. I think it could be really sick. And also, I feel like as far as Marvel superhero games go, I think that untapped potential is the magic villains. You know, I think you could add no more goons, no more like New Yorker goons and things like that, random jabronis. Throw Doctor Strange some real mystical, magical people. And also with a lot of these other superheroes that I'm picking for this, I think that you could do a really interesting story. Like, I'm not talking no beat 'em up, okay? This ain't no Doctor Strange, Ninja Turtle looking, side scroller beat 'em up. This is a fleshed out story like Spider-Man, like Arkham. I think that could be cool, because I think Doctor Strange is good enough to where people know him, but not good enough to where the mass media knows all of his powers, all of his villains, everything like that, a lot of his lore. I think that could be really cool to explore. Up next, I have Ghost Rider. I think this would be absolutely absurd. Ghost Rider, again I say, hasn't been portrayed to the best of his ability. The Nick Cage one, I actually don't think is horrendous. I think there are some upsides to that, at least the portrayal of Ghost Rider, you know, the skeleton looking guy himself. I think that's not bad, but I think that, again, his powers are so cool, so unique. It could be very different from a lot of these other superhero games, a lot of just games in general. Also, like Doctor Strange, show us some of his villains. Show us, I want to see him fighting like the devil and things like that, fighting like demons. That could be badass. In first place though, I have Superman. Is this game hard to do? Yes, 100%. For the same reason the Flash game is hard to do, because the dude's so powerful, it's tough to make it interesting. But also, you just raise the threats to Superman's level. He doesn't have to be fighting just dudes, right? And I've seen that in past Superman games where he's like fighting just thugs and things like that, random jabronis. That's kind of lame. You have to bring that threat level up to Superman. I think that could be sick. The potential is there, and that's why I'm saying him first, because the potential is so high. That ceiling astronomically high. But it is tough to do, and I don't think we're gonna get it for a while at least, because I think developers are scared. And I'd be scared too. I wouldn't want to develop that game, but I would want to play that game. So that's why I'm saying this. Anyways, that's the video. New videos every single day. I'm running out of ideas, yes, but I'm gonna keep going, also yes. Let me know what you want me to talk about. Let me know what superhero you think would make for a fun game. And yes, do your taxes. That's very important. You don't want to go to jail.